Hello. So I have once again got a couple of things to kind of show you. So we've got some stuff that we've got with Friends Match. Obviously, if you've gone out of your way to add some friends, you'll have gotten some loot. But the big thing, right, is that right now we've got the carnival schedule. So we got lots and lots of those pieces to throw in, which we get torches, which should, I believe, get us some hammers. So I thought I'd go ahead and let's just see what, if anything, do we actually get. Well, this is going to be kind of interesting. I really don't know. So we'll just see. Okay, we got ore and we got gold. It's kind of underdeveloped in such a way, but we'll also do some crackers here. So, okay, so we got, some stuff. But the main thing here, right, is I've finally hit 40,000 power. One thing that I've been playing around with was Worldly Snare versus Blade Pierce, and I did have somebody kind of ask me, like, okay, well, try this in PvP, let's see how it plays out. So this is just using Worldly Snare. And again, mind you, I've got Magic Carpet, so I can potentially fire off the same skill twice, which is kind of interesting in and of itself, because you never quite know what you're going to get. Now, again, with Blade Pierce in particular, it's like you can see that it has a tendency to kind of flip-flop on you back and forth, and you never quite know which way it's going to go. So, like here, we'll go ahead and we'll switch to this, take Blade Pierce out, and then let's go ahead and give this a try. We'll throw Snare in its place. Go ahead and quick synthesize here real quick. Defense or crit? Let's go with crit resistance. Okay, so once again, that's what I've got for my pets, and so on and so on. Okay, so let's go ahead and just fire this out. Obviously can't fight the same guy. I wish I could, but now with this small change, moving from that to Worldly Snare, you can kind of see how this plays out. Darn. And what is different between him and I? With exception to, it looks like, even though my damage is higher, my health is a lot lower by almost double digits. Defense is lower too. I have a better crit rate, a better combo rate. Don't have as good a stun, a little lower on evasion. And ignore stun's actually higher, and he has a higher ignore evasion, but his crit damage is almost double. Well, it is double. His crit resistance is higher. We got a better combo multiplier, but yeah, it seems as though you can almost argue what kind of fell through there was the crit damage. But, I don't know, at the same time, you also can see that he's got eternal pieces, which that's going to certainly play a factor into things. Even though he is at the level that he is, that does play into that a little differently. But again, I haven't gotten eternal yet, so we've still got a ways to go. But like that, no problem. Let's try this guy and see how this plays out. I mean, just because I have the power too is like a little deceiving. It's like you can kind of tell that, like, depending on the type of player you're up against is also going to play out completely different. But it's like here I've got rank 2, and that's not bad. Let's go ahead and just keep going. We'll just random challenge now from this point forward. But I mean, Worldly Snare certainly works. I don't feel like it really does as worse of a job that Blade Pierce does. If anything, it kind of crits super heavy. The only thing I need to do in this build is find ways to increase the crit damage in a significant enough way that it does enough damage. And so I did have somebody suggest that, like, well, maybe what you do instead is, okay, you've already tweaked like a few things, and some people were like, well, why not just take the lizard out? So we can take the lizard out and we can put in the dragon and see what, if anything, will come from this. I mean, basically now we'll have a higher skill crit rate and a better basic crit, which I don't know. I mean, I feel like that has the potential to do what we want, but if it actually does at all, we'll see. You know, so once again, we'll just go ahead and random challenge. And just by changing that one little thing, we can kind of see how this plays out. It's like that was an easy one. Easy peasy. I mean, really about all we've done is we've just made it so that skill crits are a little bit more frequent, if anything. But that little tweak seems to be helping. And that's just by adding the dragon in. Tiny little tweak, but you know, I don't know. I mean, then at the same time, we're also fighting a bunch of people that are kind of lower level anyway. So, anyway, but even with that little tweak, you can kind of see how that kind of worked out for me. Of course, I can go ahead and run the challenge here. See if we actually get through it now. Yeah. So overall, the damage output looks to be pretty good. Let's verify that by looking at a challenge real quick and see actually how much of an improvement that really made. So like here we're blowing through 97 and yeah, just about into 98. But yeah, see that's actually not far off of what we had for our damage achieved last time. And it could just be the RNG really of the actual magic carpet itself, because depending on the type of skill gets fired off is going to completely change that. So yeah, as you can see there, that damage output was substantially better. So yeah, I mean, for overall, yeah, I mean, I would say, guys, if you're wanting to kind of mimic what I'm doing in my build, I would suggest kind of running something like this. And then for the skills, I'm running that. And that seems to work really well so far. Of course, if you guys have any critiques or have any suggestions, I'm all ears. But that said, that's pretty much that. I think it works pretty well, though. Of course, you may be wondering about the avians. I did get a couple of new avians, but we're still kind of working on the... we're trying to get the right skills here. We're getting there, but we're just not quite there yet. So it's going to take some more pairs to kind of get them sorted out. But needless to say, there's not much more to discuss on that front. It's just going to take some time. But in any case, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.